Yeah! I think we're live. All right. I'm on a ship, if you can't tell. All right. And we're rocking side to side. Good evening. Welcome along. The Sunday Bunch goes international. I'm actually closer to Lee than I am to Terry. So there you go. And it's not raining. Joining us tonight, we have got Terry, Lee, and Emma is joining us, but she's just running a few minutes late. Terry, how's your day been?
Pretty shit, really, to be honest. We got beat. It ruined me weekend.
Oh, it's ruined my holiday. I say holiday, use the term lightly. Lee, how's your day been? And please tell us it's raining in Spain.
It's not, mate. It's been lovely 20 degrees today, yeah. So, nah, it was all right until I watched the match. I mean, I went for a nice little 2-hour walk this morning in the sun, shorts and t-shirt weather, and came back and had to watch that shite. So,
fantastic. Well, I know. It's been lovely weather here today. We're just off the coast of Madeira, which is Portugal officially, I do believe. There's Emma, and Emma's with us as well to bring a bit of glam to the channel. How's your day been, Emma?
Yeah, all right. I suppose. Got up, got ready, went to the pub.
Oh, you sound like a Dalek. Does Emma sound all right to everybody else, or is it just me?
That sound all right, yeah.
Oh, I sound all right.
All right, okay, it's just me.
Right.
Right, sorry about that. We are on ship's Wi-Fi. Right, okay. So let's discuss today. Sorry, there was no intro as well. By the way, for some reason, the intro stopped working out here. But we'll plod along as best we can for you. All right. Before we start, I do want to say a massive big thank you to Wolf Competitions, who sponsor our brilliant little channel here and keep us going. So thanks very much for wolfcompetitions.co.uk. Right then, well. It hurts. I watched it on the ship. It's ruined me days, ruined everybody else's. Sunderland 1, Fulham 3. There was rumours went round our little in chat things that Ballard was out and a few others which we got, which turned out not to be true. Team selection, Terry, your thoughts on the day?
Yeah, a bit disappointed, to be honest. I mean, I don't see why the two new lads just walk straight into the team in front of everybody else. They haven't deserved the right yet. They need to start the bench and come off the bench and earn that they deserve to start. So, it kind of, for me, we've done the season so far so good. We've had a good start this season. We had a good 3 quarters halfway through the season. And now we bring two new lads in that just walk straight into the team. I thought Xhaka might have started again today. I think even a 80% fit Xhaka on the side on the pitch is probably better than some of the lads who are on there. So I just don't get the team. I think Regis Debris, for one of the first times this season, made a right cock up today, to be honest.
Right, okay, fair enough. Just very quickly, I forgot because we're all a bit upside down tonight. We are live, which means you can join us via the live chat. If you'd like to have your say, please just drop it in there. Already, I see my mate Tony Lee's on there, and all the regulars. Malcolm Cabby's there, SJ's there as well. So if you want to have your say, spit it out on there, and we'll do our best to try and analyse that with you. Emma, today, did you get the rumours about Ballard being out and Sergen? I mean, I know Sergen was out, and Reinildo and all these. At one point, we had no defence. But team selection, what did you think?
Pretty much the same as Terry, to be honest. I was quite surprised that the two new ones come straight in. I mean, when I looked at the bench, I was pleased to see Xhaka back, to be honest with you, because I wasn't 100% sure whether he was going to be back or not. But I don't, as Terry said, I don't get why these two new lads have just walked straight into the team. It would have been better to maybe play Xhaka, then bring them on in 60th minute or something. Do you know what I mean? That's what's puzzled me the most about the team selection today.
Right, okay. Martin Cabby says Regis at fault today, not starting Xhaka. Talby not fit. His corners were awful. Mundle Wilson needs shipping out. Apparently, just not good enough. SG says Bray second half syndrome hitting again. Lee, your thoughts on the team selection when you saw the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was in the group chat, wasn't we? They were saying yesterday about Ballard and Sirkin not being fit, and it's kind of you're never too sure about rumours, but I mean the Sirkin one was true. He's got a bit of a hamstring issue apparently. But yeah, again, the same as Emma and Terry. I'm really surprised that Tarby and Angulo just walked straight into the team, because if we've learned anything from Lebris over the last year and a half that he's been in charge, he always has this phrase, which is the players have to be well connected to play in his team. And for me, Angulo and Tarby have been here for 5 minutes, and they're getting in the light ahead of the likes of Talby, who's been here for half a season. He's started to play well since the AFCON. I was just really, really surprised, and I don't know. I think, could these two players like Tarby and Angulo be Gisolfi signings, and Gisolfi is telling Lebris that he has to start them? Because if that's the case, then I don't really like the sound of that.
It was. I just. I mean, like I said, we won't reveal who it was who said in our group, but it was fairly certain that it had come from a good source and that. But like Terry said, his source must have been HP apparently. Nordy came off injured fairly early on. Oh, sorry, go on, Terry.
I mean, that new lad, that TB, what we call him, he was injured when we got him in. He's had about 15, 20 minutes against Oxford, and he starts straight away, and then he's injured. He's off. So that, for me, is just absolutely terrible decision to start him, and now he's injured. So what was the point of even bringing him on, even starting him, before even Talby gets a chance? And, you could have had Xhaka on the pitch, and you could have had Diarra on the right and Talby on the left, and I just don't understand the thinking process into this game today.
Sorry, Lee, just before I bring you in, who went up? Because it was I was watching it with my dad, and it was cold on the deck, so we moved inside to a bar. And at half time, he said, "Oh, we've had to substitute 2 players." I knew Nordy had already gone off. Who was the other one who went off?
Jocelyn Tarby, yeah.
Who was it?
Tarby. Jocelyn Tarby, yeah.
All right, was it? He was the one who went up. Right, okay. Lee, sorry, go on. You want in there?
Yeah, it's just surprising that he's getting the game, because he came from the Israeli second division. He was on London, I think, Israeli second division team. So it's hardly anything to write home about. Get a move to Sunderland, and then all of a sudden you start in the Premier League, because he did look off the pace, Tarby. He defensively looked a bit lost, and then a bit weak in the tackle as well. But yeah, I was just very surprised. It looks like he's got an ankle injury, and it looks like Nordy's got a calf injury. So,
right, okay. See, I thought. I mean, I know we were playing Oxford, but I thought when he came on for that last 10 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever it was, I thought he looked quite well. But again, like I say, no disrespect to Oxford, but it wasn't Premier League opposition. Just very quickly, Alan Robinson says, we've not played well since Christmas. Can't see us winning another game the way we're playing. Fair dues. Emma, was you one in there, or was you just sort of swatting a fly?
No, I'm married. I'm just trying to get comfy, because obviously I've been racing about to get back for this. So I'm trying to get myself all settled.
Right, okay. Nordy went off, and he went down with nobody around, did he? Does anybody know what happened there? Like I said, I mean, I've tried to watch it through a laptop today, and so I've got bits, but not as well as I would like. Have we got any news on that? Why do we know how he injured himself and what the injury was? Anybody? No.
Calf injury.
Right. Okay.
So it's probably calf muscle. So he didn't look very happy. Looked very upset, frustrated. So I'm guessing it's going to be a month.
If he's pulled the calf muscle, I can't understand then why he played on for another 5 minutes or something or whatever. I mean, if you pull the muscle, the last thing you can do is thing to do really is to carry on. First half, then. I mean, we're not putting chances away. We had a couple of we had a couple of glorious chances, didn't we? And we're not putting them away. It's is this what's going to cost us, Drayton, Emma? Try unmute yourself. There you go.
Say that again. What was the question? The chances going to cost we?
Yeah, well, no, we had 2 glorious chances, and we've got to start putting these chances away. I mean, the transfer window's shut now for December, and that's so we've got to do. I mean, everybody was saying about, it wasn't necessarily our strikers; it's that they're not getting service and stuff like that. But we had two golden chances in the first half. What should have been put away. I mean, that's going to end up costing us, isn't it?
Oh, massively! It's going to cost. We're considering this is what the 3rd game in a row we've now lost. And to be honest, the next few games I can't really see we're getting many more than maybe 2 points. But it's things like this where we need chances like that we need to bury and we need to take advantage of in order to get them goals, because the way we're playing, we're going to end up dropping down the table. Could it be down to goal difference at where we're going to end up? So if we're missing these chances, we're screwing ourselves basically.
Terry, do we need to start doing shooting practice and something like that? It's got to be put right soon, surely.
Well, I mean, other teams that have been in the Premier League for quite a long time, they've got tried and tested Premier League strikers. I mean, Jimenez is a good player, and that's where the back of the net is. We've got players that have come out and not really got the experience in this league. They do score goals, but not prolific goal scorers. But I thought the first half of the day was a bit of a damn squib. It was neither here or there or anywhere. It was just stop-y-start. Team got a grip of the game. And it was there for the take in the second half, and we just didn't really turn up second half. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't really see the chances in the first half being in the North Stand, so I wasn't quite sure what you're alluding to.
Right, okay. Just very quickly, Nordy left on crutches, apparently. Peter Cole says we're boring to watch as well. SJ, there's always someone who watches the players coming out of the stadium on crutches or in a boot. Do they hide in the bushes? Johnny Cool says was a game for me. 1 took chances and 1 didn't. Lee, I mean, seriously, we've got to start putting these things away. Is it a case of going back to the training ground and shooting practice and all that?
I don't think it's shooting practice. I think it's just the way we play. And I think it goes to show how much we've missed Granit Xhaka, because he dictates how we play. And just to point out the fact, Philly, I mean, we're the 3rd lowest goal scorers in the Premier League with 28 goals, and there's only Nottingham Forest and Wolves who've got 25 and 18 goals below us. So I think that kind of shows our problem is that we're not creative enough. We are very solid. We've only conceded, 33 goals. So that shows that we've got a solid base, but just going forward, you'd like to think that when you have players like Angulo and Jocelyn on the wings, they are very direct players. But when you haven't got Granit Xhaka in the team, we struggle to find our wingers, because today in the first half, what we did was we passed around the back a bit. We tried to go forward, then we couldn't find an angle to get to our wingers. In the end, we just played long ball. And then when Xhaka came on in the second half, that's when we started to pick up the ball in the middle, and Xhaka was picking passes to our wingers, and our wingers were running at them. But I think it's just the way we play. We need to find a better way to get to the wingers without playing long balls. And I think Granit Xhaka is the key to that, because he's the one who sits in front of the defence. But Diarra and Siddiqui, they're not able to play that role that Xhaka does, because they like to run forward and they always get caught in position. And I think it's not shooting practice. It's just being more attacking, I suppose, because as well, it took us 23 minutes today to for the fans to get off the seats and start cheering. I think it was like Brian Robbie closed the defender down. It was a goal kick for them, but it got the biggest cheer. It just showed that the first 20 minutes were very, very flat. And at home, you'd like to think that we show a lot more intensity, a lot more urgency, and get at teams and get the fans behind us. But it just doesn't seem to be happening at the minute.
Right, okay. Q in the comments, get ready for Emma's pussy comments coming in anytime soon, I can guarantee. Jim Buck says we made Fulham look like world beaters. we're not doing ourselves any favours. Joe MCM, when Labrie gets it wrong, he gets it very terribly wrong, apparently. Yeah, it was just not good at all today. I mean, we've got Mags on the ship here, and I was laughing at them last night when they got beat, but they're going to get their own back tonight, I'm sure. 0-0 at half time. Was it about fair? Was we lucky to win at 0-0? Do you reckon, Terry?
Yeah, I think about 0-0 half time was about fair. I say the first half was non-event really. There's one chance, I think, that maybe in the second half. But the first half, yeah, I don't think I've really seen Fulham create anything in the first half. I don't think we created that much either. So, like I say, we nullified each other out, and it was just very boring to watch. And it never really got going, and never really got any slick passing together. Like Lee says, we just missed Granit Xhaka, and it was really it was a bit worried in case he started and get him injured again. If that's the case, he shouldn't be on the bench. Should be starting. You either start a game football, or you just don't get on the bench if you're not fit enough. So I just shot myself in the foot by not playing Xhaka from the start.
Right, okay. Lee, half time 0-0. Was that a fair result? Do you think? I mean, I know it took us a while to get going, but were we still all right at 0-0?
Well, I mean, I was relieved to get at half time at 0-0 because the only chance we had was like a shot from Siddiqui outside the box with his left foot on 40 minutes. And before that, for them, Sessegnon and Kevin had good chances, but we didn't really create anything. Our corners, I think we had about 4 or 5 corners in the first half, and all of the corners were really poor. So I was kind of relieved we got at half time 0-0. And then on the stream I was watching, Don Goodman was commentating. He was like saying, the one thing you'll know is that Sunderland will come out with a different team in the second half, and we did. We were even worse, yeah. I thought.
Yeah, that's the stream I was watching as well when he said that. Emma, 0-0 at half time. It was a better fair result, though. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, I would say so, because I got asked at half time what I thought of the first half, and I said it was like watching clean dry.
Right, okay. Just very quickly on the chat down here. Johnny Cool says Robbie had a chance to pull the trigger but bottled it. Yeah, we'll get on all these. Mundle, Jesus, I could have got that on target. Joe says 2 p.m. Sunday kickoffs for us are flat. And then SJ says we've got Leeds away soon, and the way their arrogant fans bang on about trying to catch us, they'll be unbearable when we play them. Second half then came out. Terrible miss from Mundle. I mean, he should have. I mean, he should have put that away, shouldn't he? I mean, thing is, I thought we came out second half, and I thought we were a lot better. We were, the tempo was up, and we were sort of going for it, and then he had that miss, and then it all seemed to go to shit. Was I watching the same game as you, Terry?
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. I mean, I can't for the life of me think why Mundle gets the game ahead of Talby. I really don't. I mean, Talby scored against Chelsea, the winner. He scored a good goal against Burnley. You know, he's got experience of scoring goals in this league. You know, he's not the best, obviously, but I mean, he's better than Mundle. Mundle for me is not a Premier League player, and that he should have buried that today, and he just didn't. He kind of go down to the byline, across the ball across. He also wants to cut inside and take it on. And at this young age, I mean, he may never be Premier League standard, but this moment in time, for me, he just doesn't get a game in my eyes. Simple as.
Right, okay. Emma, Mundle, I mean, we start well second half. I thought we came out. I thought, we're going to go for it now. Until that Mundle missed, and then it just all, as soon as he missed that, it just all went to shit. Is that how you saw it, Emma?
Pretty much, to be honest with you. I thought the same. Start the second half, I'm like, what, up for this? I even said at half time to somebody, I said, look, we're a team of 2 halves. We're going to come out. We're going to be better. It's what we do. It's what we know as Sunderland fans. And I thought the same. I thought, yeah, we've got this get up and go champion. And then just all of a sudden, Mundle screwed up, I'm going to say, politely. And it just kind of went to pot. But then I also think the ref has a big part to play in today's game as well, to be honest with you, which I'm sure you're going to touch on.
Right, okay. Just on the chat very quickly before I come to you, Lee. SJ says Mundle isn't good enough for the Prem. He's just not good enough. And then Joe says, reminds me of last season when we stopped playing and then somehow got it right. Do you think we're going to go for the FA Cup? We'll come on to that shortly. Anyway, Johnny Cool says Mundle gone in the summer. Peter Cole's Mundle is champion shit level. Lee started well second half and then until Mundle had that miss and then went south. Is that how you saw it?
Pretty much, Philly, yeah. I mean, he did the hard part for the chance. He controlled it well, got into a good position,
Yep.
and it's just his body shape's all wrong, and the way he strikes it, it's always going to go away from goal rather than towards goal. But I think that sums up Romain Mundle and his confidence right now. I think I don't know how many chances he needs in the team before Reggie just to kind of discards him because he's not doing it. None of our wingers are doing it at the minute. I mean, we've had Angulo had a couple of games in there. He's got some bright flashes, but he's still not connected, as Reggie would say, with the team. We're missing Traore. Talby is not in favour, despite scoring that cracking goal against against Burnley. I mean, now that Xhaka's back and we've got 4 midfielders looking for 3 positions in the midfield, I'd be tempted to put Enzo Lafay on the left wing again because at least you know what you're going to get with Enzo. I think he's a workhorse. He creates things. And he'll do the ugly work as well. And I think at the minute, I wouldn't be surprised if we go with him on the left wing and have a midfield 3 of Xhaka, Siddiqui and Diarra.
Right, okay. Just very quickly back to the chat then. Macam Covey says we're not safe yet by any means. I'm not sure about that. But Taffy Macam says a bit of the party, but we were crying out for that fox in the box we were talking about last week. Johnny Cool says Wilson gone in the summer also. SJ, look at Labree's managerial career as a first half season manager, apparently. Right, okay, so we get that miss, and then pretty soon after, Fulham get that corner, and it's 1-0 Fulham. Was that just down to bad defending, Emma?
Is this the one where Hume did the block and then it went in?
Jimenez, bang, straight in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, to be fair, Roofs couldn't have done much about it, to be honest with you. So it's got to boil down for the defence. In all honesty, it's just they're taking the eye off the ball, they're taking their foot off the gas, if you like, and they're just not paying attention. The heads are dropping too much for me.
Right, okay. Lee, bad defending?
I think it was because obviously like teams now, they do this zonal marking for set pieces. And if you look at Ballard and Alderete, they're very central, whereas Jimenez hangs back and he waits for his teammates to create the space for him and he just walks into the space and gets a free header. And with a clinical finisher like Raul Jimenez, you can't leave that space for him because he's going to bury them because he's got an excellent record with penalties and with his head. So I think, yeah, it was just bad defending because Alderete and Ballard weren't aware of his position. They weren't watching him.
Right, okay. Before I come to you, Terry, just very quickly on the chat. And this is what I like. Jim Buck, all my days, every team has a blip in the season. Stop mourning. We're still going to Milan one way or another. In Regis, we trust. So I do like that. Johnny Cool, dropping form, happened the same time last season. Terry, their goal, it was a corner. Jimenez up. Bad defending on our part.
Yeah, poor defending. I've just watched the back again. He's in the 6-yard box. A couple of players around him. He just moves away from the defenders. Nobody follows him. Free header, back the net. You know, he's a wise old character. He's been there, bound the block. He's with Wolves, and now he's with Fulham. Scored plenty of goals. He knows that I would put the ball in the back of the net. And that was just really naive and poor defending. You know, their top goal scorer there. Only strike him when anybody watches, anybody marks him. He's not even like the tallest player on the pitch either. So you know, Alderete or Ballard should have been marking that and sorting that one out straight away. But yeah, just poor defending, switched off.
Yeah, right. I mean, you'll have seen this, Lee, as well. You watched the same stream I did. They basically said it was from the training ground, and if you watch, I mean, he's unchallenged for the header. He corner comes in and bang in it goes. But what happens is all the other players around him block all our players. So it was, and that's what they said it was. It was from the training ground, and. When
Philly,
you watch
here's a question, Billy, as well. We've got a new set piece coach as well, so I'd like to know what he's doing with our set pieces.
Right. Okay. Have we got a new set piece? A new one?
But from since like the end of last year, I think he came in.
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. I thought a new one had come in since. But to be fair, he's been pretty good, hasn't he? Our set piece. I mean, no, maybe you don't agree. Then maybe what I want to show the set pieces to you lot. Right. Okay. So it's 1-0 down, and all of a sudden, VAR raises its ugly head again. Penalty given eventually. Robbie pulling their player's shirt. I don't know if you have seen it back. I mean, obviously, me and Lee have seen it. You and Terry and Emma were at the ground. Justified, Terry?
I just watched it back again. Look, at the end of the day, he's pulling on his shirt. He's given VAR decision to make, so it's a bit naive from Robbie. But at the same time, Robbie gets his shirt dragged left, right, and centre every single match, 2 or 3 times a match in the penalty box, and nothing happens. So I don't really understand how they can just justify by doing this one occasion and not doing it for the other 10 to 20 times Robbie's had that situation this season so far. So it's not the referee's fault in that instance. It's VAR intervened. Referee didn't give a penalty. VAR intervened. Once he goes to TV monitor, there's only one decision he's going to make, and that's a penalty. So it's hard lines really for Robbie because he's had his shirt pulled 50 times this season. He pulls up once, he gets a penalty given away.
Yeah, but the thing is when we was watching it on the telly, they wasn't sure if it was an offside. So when I saw the shirt pull, right, I thought, it's a penalty, it's a stonewaller. So I was praying for the offside. I was praying it was offside, and then it wouldn't have gone to that. But they obviously decided it wasn't offside, and when it wasn't offside, I knew it was a penalty all day long. Emma, you were sort of nodding in agreement and what have you with what Terry was saying. Fire away.
Yeah, Terry's took the words out of my mouth. This has really riled me today, is that Robbie does this one where he's pulling on his shirt, but yet whenever it happens to Robbie, he's getting dragged all over that pitch and they don't even blow. Where's the consistency with the referees? It's really, really knocked us today. I'm getting riled thinking about it, to be honest with you. But in terms of the offside, to me, there was 3 of them offside. So, again, consistency.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, when they stopped it, when the free kick was taken, when it was going in, and they froze it, I thought, there's, like you said, 3. I thought, there's a few offside here, but like I say again on the commentary, they said that there was a Sunderland player in the middle of that lot, and it is what it is. Lee, justified their penalty?
I think when you get an angle like that and you got a clear shirt pull, even though I think Bassey goes down a little easily, I think like the shirt pull, it's very visible. But would that really stop him? I mean, the guy's a big tank, isn't he? So, but yeah, I think when you got a player running towards goal and there's a clear shirt pull, it's very difficult not to give that on VAR. Robbie, he should have known better, but I mean, that's one of my complaints of Brian Robbie is that when he's getting his shirt pulled, he's only doing it the other way around as well. No, but he does it the other way around as well. He gives as much shirt pulling as the other person does. So, but yeah, in terms of the offside, I mean, it's very, very, very tight. I'm looking at the image now, and there's like a couple of orange boots, which I think one of them might be one of our players. Was it offside? Possibly, but I mean, those are the kind of offside decisions where we would normally complain, saying like, if it's a toenail, is that really offside? Is that really an advantage? So he got given a penalty offside. I'm not really bothered about that because I'd rather see goals scored than an offside being given for a toenail. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't get an advantage from that. So
unless it's against us, I'd have killed for the toenail offside decision. Really. All right, so that's it's 2-0 down. Well, I'm sort of like depressed, thinking, shall I jump overboard or what? And then thinking in the back of my head, well, penalties, referees are renowned for evening the score if you want, evening it up. I thought we're going to get a penalty, and then there you go, lo and behold, penalty to Sunderland, but nowhere did the in my eyes, nowhere did the ref try and even it up. It was a nailed-on penalty for me. Terry, nailed on for you?
Yeah.
I mean, it was in front of you as well, wasn't it?
It was in front of me. I thought it was a penalty all day. The referee made the right decision. But at the end of the day, you're 2-0 down at home in the second half. You're giving yourself a mountain to climb, Andy. Let's face it, even if you get a penalty back, it's still a long way to climb.
Yeah, I mean, well, let me chuck this in with you then, Terry. So when we scored the penalty then, and it went to 2-1, did you not then, I mean, because there was plenty of time left, did you not then think, we're going to at least get a draw here?
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I had a bad feeling about the game all day. And even when I was at the match, even last night, I was thinking, it's one of those banana skins today. Fulham will come up here, they'll turn us over. We've lost that unbeaten record at home now. We're going through a bit of a bad patch. We need to find a way of getting out of it. So I just thought today was one of those ones where I kind of took a draw today, to be honest, the way we've been playing and the way the game was going. But I just never thought we'd get back into the game.
Yeah, see, for me, I mean, I thought when we got the goal and it was early enough, and I thought, this it now, we're going to go on. And, maybe it's my red and white goggles I had on. I thought we're at least going to get a draw here. If not, we're going to turn this round and bring it back. Lee, nailed on penalty for Sunderland. And when we scored it, did you think this is it? This is the way back? Plenty time left in the game.
Well, before we talk about that penalty, Philly, I'd like to talk about Jimenez when he took his penalty. So I don't know if you saw during the week the Rochdale player who took a penalty and he didn't actually take it. He ran up and he stopped, and the referee gave a free kick the other way for unsportsmanship conduct.
Right, yes.
So I was thinking that Jimenez, on his run up, he stopped 3 times, and then he waits for Robin Roos to go down. Like, are they not going to clamp down on this? Because isn't that kind of unsportsmanship conduct? Like, to stop not just once, twice, but 3 times in your run up, and then he slots it home. So that's my first point. That's really annoying. Our penalty, I mean, yeah, I think Ballard gets a clear tug. He goes down a bit easily, but there is contact, but it seems like you have to go down, because if you don't go down, you don't get a penalty. And then I think it was, it was actually 5 minutes before where Reggie made the changes. He brought on Xhaka, Isidore Mayenda, because he had to make the 3 subs at once. And it's a roll of the dice, but when you've got 3 players on at the pitch, like Isidore Mayenda with their speed and their directness, and you've got Xhaka with his composure and controlling the game, you think if we can get a goal, we might get back in the game. And we got that goal, lovely penalty from Enzo, but from then on, we didn't have the stability. We got caught on the counter for the third, didn't we?
Right, okay, Terry, you want in there?
2 things. I think, first of all, Roof's been brilliant this season, but I think he needs to do his homework a little bit more on certain players, and he knows that he's going to do it all the time. He's going to stutter all the time. He needs to just be patient and wait, and then just hopefully he doesn't put it in the far corner. And to Isidore, I think Isidore's lost the plot. He's just not the same player he was. I just don't even think he has an eye for goal at this moment in time. And I think for me, at the end of the season, you've got to let the lad go and get somebody with a bit more sort of potential to score better goals and more goals.
Right, okay. I mean, I thought the rule had changed with the stopping. I thought it was that when they go to kick it, but then don't kick it, then the goalie goes, and then they put it the other way. I thought that was the rule. They'd clamped down on, not the running up, stopping, and obviously, I mean, because they're doing that. So otherwise, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I saw that midweek. I hadn't realised it was Jimenez who did that. But didn't Jimenez actually run past the ball midweek and then
No, it
came
was
back on
in a Rochdale game.
Yeah.
But it wasn't
he ran past
Jimenez.
the ball, didn't he?
Yeah.
He stopped. He didn't
Oh,
take it.
damn.
He went to take it
Right,
again, didn't he?
Right. It's a different one I've seen then. Taffy Mackham says 99% of the Sunderland fans would have taken 17th. Not anymore, though, Taffy Mackham. Emma, our penalty was nailed on, surely. And when we scored it, Enzo took it well. 2-1, did you think, well, this is it now, we're going to at least get a point?
Yeah, I mean, the penalty was nailed on. There was contact, no doubt about it. So, to me, you couldn't have not give it. In terms of the scoring and, as I said, I thought the crowd started to get behind the players a little bit more. And so I did think, hang on, we've got plenty of time. Yeah, we could come back. I said 2-2. We're going to make it 2-2. We'll go on. We'll take a draw. Champion. But just didn't happen. So I did think that we could have come back and at least taken a point after that penalty. Because, as we know, we are a team of two halves.
Right, okay. Shout out to Jim Buck, because the band, his band was mascot today, and apparently the club were fantastic with him. And they are, to be honest. I know a lot of people who've been mascots, and they do look after him, and they make it a great day for them. Lee?
Yeah, Phil, I'm just looking on social media, and Phil Smith from the Sunderland Echo says that he's got a bit more clarification on the penalty for them. Offside wasn't checked as a foul. Wasn't checked because the foul was committed first. So that's why it was. So it might have been offside, but apparently the foul happened first. So that means the foul was happening before the ball was kicked. He said, like, right or wrong, that's the rule.
Right, okay. There's just I mean, VAR. I don't know. VAR. It's another program in itself, innit? Really. Look, if you haven't liked, I can't see how many likes we've got at the moment because I'm just I'm on my laptop here. So if you we try and get 100 if we can on a Sunday. If you don't give us a like, just hit the thumbs up. That'll help us no end. And we must very quickly just go to an advert. All right, because Wolf Competitions do sponsor the channel, and we're very grateful to them for that. If you've not been on Wolf Competitions, wolfcompetitions.co.uk. There is a link in the description. We went to see Ian just last week, and he got to roll the dice. This is what I'm with Ian.
Just stood in some shit. We Philly for Wolf Competitions. We are here in heaven, and we're here to see Ian Rowan, who's won himself £1,000, but better still, he's won a roll of the dice. Woo! For up to 600 quid. Let's go and have a chat. I've just stood in some shit. Yes, you're in, Ian. He's a big lad, isn't he? Come and start. Oh, no, I'll go on then. Knee shoes on again. Ian, Wolf Competitions, how long have you been playing?
A few months.
Is this your first win?
No, I've had a couple of 50 ones, but this is like the first big one.
That's a canny one, isn't it?
Not the last.
£1,000, how did you win it?
It was on the Rainbow the Rainbow one.
Oh, Rainbow Riches. Right, oh, there you go, then. That was all right, then. £1,000, that's pretty good. Do you know what you're going to spend it on? Get your hair done?
No, camping season's coming, so it'll pay for a few nights away.
All right, you like a bit of camping? Oh, I can't do camping, me. I need all my luxuries and all that. But the good thing is, like, you've won the roll of a dice, right, for up to 600 quid. Each dot is worth 100 quid. Do you feel lucky?
Guaranteed a 100.
Well, it's a good man. That's the attitude, right? Give it a roll. Come on, Ian, get a 6. You can do this. Come on. Oh, 400 quid. That's all right. High five. 400 quid. That's good, isn't it?
Wolf Competitions, man.
Say wolfcompetitions.co.uk.
Wolfcompetitions.co.uk.
He nearly got it right as well. Yes! Thumbs up.
So there you go. You can play along if you like. Get yourself on a wolfcompetitions.co.uk. There is a link in the description. Get on there. Win money. Changing lives. I could be knocking on your door next week. Who knows? Right. So it went 3-1 down. Game over. That was it. Are we just putting this down to an off day? Or do you think it's something more than that now? I mean, we're not on a good run. Emma?
I think obviously we've had them two new players just walk straight in the team. I think that's had a big part to play today. I think the refs had a part to play today. I think Reggie's getting it wrong ever so slightly, just bringing the two new lads in. But we are hitting a bit of a bad run. To be fair, we haven't had one all season, and we always have a bad run. Every team sort of has a bit of a bad run, and I'm hoping that the next couple of games we're going to come out the other side of it. But to me, it is just a bit of a bad run. I'm just pleased that we've gotten to where we are first half of the season and we're not relying on the back end of the season.
To be fair, how many times have we seen it with newly promoted clubs who come up? They hit the ground running, they do great. And the one what springs to mind for me is Blackpool. When Blackpool got promoted to the Premier League, they were flying. They beat Liverpool away, and they did great. And they actually went down, I think, the last game of the season or something. But they'd have been dead and buried long before that if they hadn't had that brilliant start. And I think, it happens with a lot of newly promoted teams. This first season where they do really well, and this is what worries me about next season. I mean, I know recruitment's been pretty good, but I mean, look at Nottingham Forest now. I mean, Nottingham Forest spent similar amount of money to what we've spent, did all right, couple of seasons, and they're in the thick of it now. Terry, are we just putting this down to an off day? Are we going to get ourselves together, or I mean, we are in a bit of a bad run at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah, look, I mean, let's face it. You don't look at this game just at the moment. Think about what's happened. We've had a great start to the season, a whole bunch of new players coming together, done really well, getting a good start. Then AFCON comes along. We all kind of knew AFCON was going to be a bit of a sort of mixed bag of results. We managed to struggle through that with a few draws. You got Traore come back injured. You got Diarra, who's been injured for a while, came back with Talbot, who didn't really get back straight to the side. And as soon as they get back in, who can't start because they're not fit enough, Xhaka, we miss Xhaka. We didn't really nobody planned for Xhaka's injury to come at that time, and took us by surprise. We got West Ham completely wrong, got battered in the first half, made the changes. Diarra and Talbot come back from AFCON, start the second half. Then we come back with a good win against Burnley. Then you're playing against the champions, last year's champions, this year's champions, Arsenal and Liverpool, so two teams you wouldn't really expect to win anyway. So you put all that together, amongst with the mistakes made by obviously Reggie and starting new starters and Xhaka just coming back. So that whole form thing, that could turn on its head anytime soon. We could get Xhaka back fit, starting games. Traore comes back in, and then the new lads don't really start. So Jocelyn's going to be injured now for a little while, so he won't get on anyway. I don't think Mundle will probably get a start anytime soon. So when he gets his team sorted out and Xhaka gets back fit and firing on cylinders and Traore is back, I think we'll start to win games of football again. I think it's just that accumulation. We all wanted to stay in the Premier League the first season, and that's what we've kind of done in the first part of the season with all those signings. But obviously the AFCON and losing Xhaka and then getting back to normal again, and the upheaval of one or two new players coming in. We lost to Dingra. Dingra today for me would have been better starting his game than Jocelyn or the new lad. So we kind of left one go for Mundle. He even gets a start. Mundle gets a start over Dingra, where the Dingra's got form in the Premier League with Brighton. So it's a catalyst of just like little mistakes and errors and just injuries. But I think at some point we will turn the form round, and I think we'll survive in the Premier League pretty comfortable eventually.
Right, okay. Just a day off, Lee, or is this going to continue, do you think?
I think that's been a bit of a recurring thing though recently, Philly, a day off. I mean, if we look at our results, league form, we've only got 2 wins in 11. And for me, the worrying sign is that without Granit Xhaka in the team, we look a different team. We look a poor team. I suppose we've got to be thankful for having them because, listen, when we had the AFCON period, end of December, start of January, we were missing 7 players, but we still had Granit Xhaka, and we still managed to pick up points here and there against good teams, against Man City, against Liverpool. Not against Liverpool, against Leeds, I think, and Brighton, Tottenham. We picked up good points, but recently we're not picking up the points. We're losing against teams like West Ham, losing heavily to Brentford. So I don't think it is a bad day at the office. I think we need to make sure that Granit Xhaka plays every game because he's our cog that makes everything work.
Right. Okay. But I mean, it looks like Xhaka's back now. So hopefully, this is the end of our blip. And Bournemouth wouldn't have been an easy place to go next week. But even Bournemouth are now, and Bournemouth are not having the best of times. Xhaka back in the team. I know you, Terry, you said you had a bad feeling about today anyway, but I just thought, at last, we've got Fulham at home. We've had some bad results. Let's turn it around now. So going to Bournemouth next week, which wouldn't have looked good. Maybe Xhaka back in the team could be what turns it around, Terry.
When I saw that team today, when I saw the starting lineup, I just knew there was no engine and no bite in midfield, apart from obviously Sadiki. But like the Xhaka thing, he should have been starting all day long today. And like someone said about Diarra, when Traore gets fit down the right hand side, where does Diarra fit in? Because you have Xhaka, Sadiki, and Lafy. So like Lee says, does Lafy go to the left? Which then, what's the point of bringing? What's the point of bringing the new lad in, Nielsen, if Lafy's going to go on the left and he's not really a winger, is he? And then have Diarra, Lafy in the middle. Diarra in the middle with Xhaka and Sadiki with Lafy on the left. So there's a few decisions to be made when Traore gets back and Xhaka's fit. But you need all your players fit, don't you? Really, Ronaldo's can he miss as well? He's a good player. So I think Ronaldo's been one of our better players this season. So he's going to be a big miss. And now Nordy. So we've got a few. We've got to scratch our head to do with some defensive sort of decisions to be made.
Right. Okay. I'm sort of. I'm passing. There's a bit of a spat going on in the chat, and that. So I'm sort of like trying to watch that and trying to keep ahead of this. But anyway, Lee, Xhaka back. So next week's going to turn everything around. We're going to go to Bournemouth. We're coming out of this blip. You've just said yourself, we got through the African nations with Xhaka. So Xhaka back in the team. This is it. We're onwards and upwards. It's like people said, we have a blip every season. Every team does, I think. So this is it. And we're onwards and upwards now. Is that right, Lee?
Well, you'd like to think so, Philly. I mean, you'd like to think that with Granit Xhaka back, we'll look a bit more organised. We'll have a person who's a leader on the pitch. Nothing against Trey Hume. I don't think he's captain material. So like having Xhaka back, Xhaka dictates the play. He tells people where to go. He tells them where to pass to. He's the voice in our pitch, and if he's not there, we don't have that. The only other worry is that we're going back to the old saying of square pegs and round holes, because if Nordy's injured, you don't get. I mean, listen, Trauder is a good player, but he's not the same as Nordy. He can play right back, but he can't get up the pitch overlap like Nordy does. And we're missing Reynildo on the left. Serkin's got a hamstring injury. We don't know if that's just precaution or if he's going to be out a bit longer. The wingers aren't doing well. Diarra and Sadiki, I mean, hopefully they can pick up their form as well, because they've been a bit invisible in the last few games, I thought, as well. Diarra, especially after his goal and disallowed goal, own goal against Burnley, I thought he's kind of gone down a bit, and for 31 million, they'd expect a bit better. So hopefully with Xhaka on the pitch and him guiding them two players, then we'll pick up. But it's going to be a very difficult task at Bournemouth next week, because they're only a couple of games ago, they were 13th or 14th behind us, and now they're 8th after a couple of wins. So we do need to get back on the winning trail, but we do need to score goals, and scoring goals seems to be our Achilles heel at the minute, because when you're missing chances like the Mundle one today and also the Angulo one that we didn't talk about, Angulo had a very good chance in the second half and he blazes over the bar. We don't get many chances and we don't score many, and when we get them, you need to take them.
Right, okay. Before coming to you, Emma, Terry?
Yeah, and also we have to remember, even with Xhaka, we don't win many games away from home. We've only won 2 all season, I think it is. So, our home form is what has got us right up to the league, right up the top end of the league. So we ground out results away, get draws away. So if we get a couple of draws, a couple of points, that should be all right.
Right, okay. Emma, Xhaka back next week. We turn Bournemouth over. Happy days again. That's how it works, isn't it?
I'd love to think so. I really would. I mean, as much as I agree with what Lee's saying, is Jack as the cog, as Lee put it, to the midfield. What worries me quite a lot is I don't want it to be a one-man team. And it seems like that's the way it's looking. Our away form has been absolutely poor, effectively. And it's the away form this season that's worried me. So even though Jack is back, I can't see it being much different next weekend, to be honest with you.
Right. Right, then in that case, then, if you can't see it being much better, let's move off this, all right, and let's move on to the 5th round of the FA Cup. Right. Now, so obviously Wembley just round the corner again. And fair play, when we did this last week, we asked everybody who you'd like. I wanted Newcastle away and that. But Gary, who was on last week, said, I wouldn't mind drawing Port Vale or Bristol City, is what he said. And lo and behold, there you go, Port Vale, Bristol City. Are you happy with that draw, Lee?
Yeah, I suppose so. Like, you can't really complain. We're a Premier League club and getting an away game against a Championship team or Port Villa. I don't know if they're League 1 or League 2 now. I don't know. But obviously the annoying thing is that we won't find out who until, is it the week before, because they're playing the match that got postponed in the week before the 5th round. So yeah,
it's about 6 days before we find out.
Yeah. I mean, ideally, you'd probably want to play Bristol City away because their pitch is better and it might suit us more. I think Port Vale's pitch is quite terrible. But I think like the FA Cup could be something that keeps the players motivated and interested, because if we get knocked out of the FA Cup and then the season just might fizzle out, the players might think we've got nothing to play for. We can't get Europe. We can't get anything or a cup final. So hopefully the FA Cup will keep players interested and keep them motivated.
Is Wembley on again, Lee?
I'd like to think so, yeah. If we get to the quarterfinals, then they're the dream.
Emma, Wembley, it's our bank balance. I mean, to be honest, we said last week, it's getting a bit boring. I know it's a terrible thing to say, but it's expensive, and even more so the FA Cup, because I mean, this is the 5th round, and then there's only one game after that. And because you play the semi-finals at Wembley, it could be. Well, are you happy with the draw?
Yeah, I am. I'm happy with who we've drawn against. I'd rather it was at home, because I've got a feeling when we get through to the next round, I'm saying when we get through, it's going to be another away tie, and I'd love a home tie, to be fair. So although we're having this blip, it's then giving the Sunderland fans something to shout about, because obviously there's more people who can get to it at home. But just on the final of the FA Cup, it's actually meant to be played the weekend of the last away game against Everton of the season. So there'll have to be a game moved for that if we get there. So the final scheduled for the weekend, we're away to Everton.
And the Why would they do that when you've got Premier? It's likely that there'll be Premier League teams in the final, and it's scheduled for that doesn't make sense.
Hang on, I'm going
Is
to
it
try
not
and
the
find.
Saturday? All right. Right. Okay. So dreaming of Wembley. I must admit the away game. If we do get through, and let's not count our chickens. I'd rather if we do get a home tie, it'd be later on in the latter stages, because we never fill our ground for the cup games, and it's quite embarrassing actually. Terry, are
Yeah,
you
I've just
happy with?
checked there, Phil. The 17th.
Sorry.
So it's the 16th of May. The according to the FA site, the final Saturday, 16th of May, 2026, and we play Everton on the 17th.
Well, I can't understand how that is, because the whole point of the Premier League last day is that everybody kicks off at the same time to give everybody
it's
the
our
same.
last away game, not the last game
Oh,
of the season. Our last
right,
away
okay,
game.
all right, forget that. You're just trying to confuse things, man. Oh God, honestly. Right, okay, that's fair enough. Terry, are you happy with the draw, Port Vale or Bristol City?
Yeah, over the moon. At the end of the day, both teams we should be winning. Port Vale, bottom of League One, set adrift by 8 points. They've only won 5 games all season, lost 17, minus 19. They're absolutely garbage. They get relegated to League Two. There's no way in the world we should get beat off like Port Vale, regardless what the pitch is like. So I'd rather have Port Vale away all day long. Bristol City, championship side. There's always a banana skin there, but I'd rather have Port Vale. But I've never I never understand the Wembley semi-final. I think that's a load of crock of shit. Shouldn't be allowed, full stop. Should be 2 neutral grounds somewhere and save Wembley for the final. What a load of bollocks is playing Wembley in the semi-finals.
Yeah, totally agree, Terry. Totally agree. It takes the magic away from, if you go to the semi-final, then when you go to the final, it loses the magic of going in the final.
All about that.
You make the final. Of course it is. Lee, right, let's move this along, because otherwise I've... so just quickly, Lee, Port Vale, Bristol City, happy with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Have I done you already?
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. Honestly, I'm miles away. Right, listen. Right, let's quickly. I was going to let's quickly just get a prediction for Bournemouth Sunderland then. Terry, what are you thinking?
0-0.
0-0. Good. Sounds like a great game, Lee.
I'm with Terry. 0-0.
Oh, it sounds like. To be fair, I'd probably say a draw the way things are going. Emma, 0-0.
I agree with the lads. It's going to be a draw, but I reckon it's not going to be goalless. I'm going to say 1-1.
1-1. If you'd have said 0-0, I would have gone 0-0 as well. All right. I'm gonna go 2-1 of the lads. Just for a change. Right, listen. Just about sort of wraps this up. Well, I'm having problems with the outro here and stuff like that. So when we go off, we're just probably going to go off. Just a quick word on cruising. I've never been on a cruise in my life ever, and the only reason we're on a cruise is me and my brother. My dad likes to go on cruises, and he's not capable of going on his own. So me and my brother have brought him. All right, and I will just say to you, if you're thinking about going cruising, think again. Honestly, it's full of old people. Right, it's an absolute nightmare. I mean, people tonight, right? We can't go in certain restaurants unless you're wearing a dinner suit, right? They've got diggy balls on and all this. They tell you what you can wear. You can't go in here with shorts. You can't do that and all that, right? And it's like a prison, because you lie around the pool in the sunshine, but then when you've had enough. Right, you might, if you was in a resort, you're going to have a walk around the resort, wouldn't you? Here, you're stuck on a ship with a load of old fuckers. Honestly, and it's just absolutely doing me in. It's honestly, our last Sunday dog says, you know what it is? Said it's club 18 to 130, and that's exactly what it is. So there you go. So cruising, not for me. If you love cruising, fair play to you, but. Honestly, I can't wait for it to dock and I can get back home to you lovely people. So rant over, There you go. Yes,
It's
Terry.
a bit scary, those cruises, because if you score a goal and you celebrate, you might just jump off the side.
Honestly, man, I felt like jumping off the side myself. Dear, honestly, it's just been. It's not for me. I mean, some people love it, but it's not for me. Different people have commented when I put stuff on TikTok and said you're just on the wrong cruise, but it's done it for me anyway. I've never fancied going, and here we are we're here, and it's just a nightmare. And I think I've got another 5 days left yet. So God help us. I'm just glad the sun's shining. Top me tan off. Anyway, that's my rant over. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Terry, would you just like to say bye to everybody?
Aye, goodbye, everybody. Enjoy your shite week at work.
No, it's just it's been a shit day, isn't it?
Would you rather be at work, Philly, or on a cruise?
I'd rather be at work. I would rather be. I enjoy my job. I should have been in the Week Chief today, getting everybody singing, getting it all going. I'd have had a great day. I've been laying around the pool with a lot of people singing a wee. Honestly, man, nightmare. So, and they've done, and I'm going to put it on TikTok there. They did the entertainment, all right, and it was like best air guitar, and it's like they're treating adults like kids. They're up like giving it. I'm thinking, fucking sit down, you daft twats. Honestly, it's got me really riled. Like, anyway, Emma, just say bye to everybody, would you?
Bye, everybody.
Just fair enough. All right, now, Lee, in Spanish, and somewhere in there, because we've got Emma on as well, get Alderetti in there as well.
Aye, but first, Philly, make sure you get your suit on for the dinner party later.
I'm brought well,
Bueno, chicos, pasad buena semana. Nos vemos en el próximo. Emma, te encantas a Alderete. Es el mejor paraguayo en todo el mundo. How are the lads? Vamos.
There's Emma gushing. Fantastic. Listen, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Massive thank you to Wolf Competitions for sponsoring the channel. Don't forget, check them out. wolfcompetitions.co.uk. There's a link in the description. We'll see you next week. I'll be home. I'll be happy. I'll be all smiles. And we'll all be on here talking about a nice win down at Bournemouth. Thanks very much. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.